Hello and welcome to Blender Age Builders Part 9 wrapping up. So you've been with me through the first 8 parts. You now know how to build a basic age in Blender and how to get that into your Complete Chronicles. You got yourself some familiarity with Blender 249B, and this is a good place for you to launch off on your own. Now I might come back and add more videos to the series later, but this is as far as I was going to go, with one slight exception. I thought I might have like a Q&A video, so if people start asking questions, if there's enough comments or questions regarding the material we've covered, not any material that I haven't covered because I may not know that material, but if there's anything going on about the material I've covered that hasn't been explained clearly enough, that people want more information on, needs more explanation, needs more training, any questions regarding that material that need to be answered, you can comment and let me know in this video, and I will do one last video. Well, I won't say it that way. I'll say it, I will promise to do one more video. The other videos that I might do aren't anything I'm going to promise or commit to. They may never happen, but I will promise to do this one video where I will go through and I will demonstrate and answer those questions, but only concerning material that we've already covered. That way, if there's anything that I didn't explain strongly enough or well enough or anything at all that I left out, that you'll be able to let me know and I'll be able to help you with that. So post your comments. I'll be keeping an eye on them and I'll be answering questions. There's links now both to the thread for this at the Guild of Writers forums and to the blog for this. In this video, we're just going to do a couple of things. We're going to do some little cleanup stuff on our mesh. And we're going to answer some of these questions that we had back a little bit ago. And that's pretty much all there is to it. We're going to show you some other resources as well. So gonna do the resources first. Okay, so I have some links here and they should be at the bottom of this video as well. This one here takes you to your tutorials. You got tutorials for 3ds Max and Dirt Sand and PYPRP, and I think the PYPRP stuff might, yeah, I guess there is swimming. It shows you can have a swim region, so there's different things there you can do. Yeah, that makes sense because there was swimming in Your Complete Chronicles, so that might be something I'll add to my list of maybe I'll do later. And here we have this getting started with writing one. And this one here is specifically for Blender. So this is really cool. This is an additional tutorial that you can go through. Some of this stuff I've covered, but he adds additional things like giving it some grass, and the texturing, and adding an atmosphere, and adding sound. So he goes a little further. So your next natural step would be to go to this one. That's guildofwriters.org/wiki/getting_started_with_writing. So go there, read that, do that, follow those to fill in any gaps. This is just what I found on selecting objects, and I'll leave this open because I might need to refer back to it. This is a cool little Cat's Bits. This is another good place for tutorials, and I think they have stuff you can buy to support them. I don't know if I can really say I know them like I am very like we've ever met or anything, but I've kind of been following them they've been around as long as I have or longer, and so they're kind of familiar to me, but they got this all key mapped out here for you, so that's a good resource I wanted to make sure to share with you. So keep those in mind. Look for those links at the bottom of the video. Let's load up our mesh and we're going to get started. Okay, should be under your open recent. I think Control O is open as well. Yeah, Control O also gives you open recent, so that's another good shortcut for you. So we've got a couple of problem things here that I didn't notice until just recently. We don't need these faces here on the mesh. I'm going to press tab. We can, and I'm already in face mode, but press control tab if you're not in face mode and select faces. We don't need these, so I'm just going to shift click and do it the lazy way. These back faces here, that's not going to cost us or hurt anything to delete them, so we can just get rid of them. And it looks like we also, you may not have faces underneath. Those can go as well. I don't know if it'll cause Uru any problems, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it. If it does, it's easy enough to add them back. So we're all good there. And I'm going to really quickly check the normals on just, well, I better just do 2 at a time. Just go here to normal. Okay, yeah, we've got a couple of problems here. You see that these normals here, at least for me, are pointing in the wrong way. So I think I'm going to go ahead and flip this, because I was wondering why when I did it, one of these, it showed the inside of these objects. So we'll see what that does to me. See how it's pointing on average inside. Now there's another thing that I was told that you can use, and I'll show you that menu here in a minute. So we'll try that on, well, shoot, what should we try it on? Let's try it just clicking on all of these surfaces at once, because normally I'd have to go through and just select a couple of batches. So now I've got everything selected on this planter box thing we got here. If I press Control N, it says recalculate normals outside. Okay, so that's another way that you can do it. So that puts all the normals to be recalculated. Let's see how powerful this tool is by selecting this time 2 of these multiple surfaces here. And of course, middle mouse button and drag. Shift click to select. Middle mouse button and drag to pan. Middle mouse button and drag without shift to rotate. Pressing shift will pan. Should have been clearer about that. But by now you should have all of that down. So let's try and test the power of this. Control N, recalculate normals outside. So if I click here, what do we get? And if I click here, what do I get? Okay. So if I really wanted to go overboard, I could just press Control A and recalculate the whole entire thing, but I'm just going to do those for right now. It might have changed the normals when I deleted the faces. So that clears up the extra geometry we don't need there. Our obelisk has a face on the bottom we should get rid of, so I'm going to click on that next. Oh, that was cool. That's a way to get out of edit mode really fast. Just click on another object over here. So tab, and probably still in face mode. Okay, so I'm going to press Z. And I am having trouble. Oh, maybe I deleted it already. Alright, well, if you have a face down here on your obelisk, we should delete that. I'm not seeing one on mine. Yeah, that's my top one. So that was another one that I noticed that I had a face on. Then the last thing to deal with, if you click on middle area again and press tab, we're back in face mode. There's some interior faces here that we can get rid of, I think. Don't quote me. But right here and right there. But that's the only ones I'm seeing. I don't see any in these other areas. Which is weird. I must have rotated, just duplicated the top ones. 'Cause I don't see anything there in between. So that'll clean that up. And yeah, I guess that's good enough. Just for the halibut, I'm going to press Control Tab and go to Vertices and A twice, get them all selected, Control V, and remove doubles just to make sure we're all good. Now, if this, I'm going to press Control Tab and go back to face mode again. I think face will work. If this kind of rough, not being rounded thing bothers you, you can click on these faces, and I'm not going to be doing this for mine because I'm going to put a texture on here, I think. I might do it later, but I'm not planning on messing with it right now. So I've got these here, and I need to find, there needs to be a dialog somewhere that tells you how many faces you have selected, because I know I've selected 8 there, and it'd save me a lot of searching if I could just find a number on that. But anyway, there's a thing over here called Set Smooth, right here. If you click on that and press Tab and Z, you'll see that it now has rounded this off. And for even more rounding, I could have selected on the top surface. If I press Control Z, you can see the difference. So if you want to smooth things off, you can do that. I'm not going to be worrying about that in this. So I'm not even going to bother exporting this right now because I'm still dealing with a texture issue. Let's see. So we're saving. For me, this will be 33. Yeah. What else do we have to cover? We got some selections, I think. Check the stairs. Okay, we'll do that now. And then we'll work on selecting, and then we're done. So, checking the stairs, pressing numpad 1. One of my videos, when I did it, one of my takes, the stairs were up above. But from what I can tell here, we're all level. And I remember I was able to walk up and down them, so I don't think we got a problem there. Okay, so now we need to do some selection. Control Do. Okay, tab into edit mode. Control Tab into vertices. That gives me more stuff to work with. We'll go here by these stairs. Alright, so if you press B, you get your box select. If you press B again, you get a paintbrush circle select. If you left click and drag with this, you select things, like if you're painting. If you want to deselect them, you middle mouse click and drag. And now that'll deselect them, but only in so long as you are in this paint select mode. Conversely, I'll right click to get out of there. Pressing B again. If I left click and drag and box select some stuff, I can press B again, and I think it's B, and then, excuse me, I don't remember now. Yeah, B and then middle mouse button and drag. So we're still in box select mode, so I'm pressing and holding middle mouse button and dragging, and I can deselect. But that only works when I'm in box select mode. You notice I'm back to a normal cursor. So if I tried that again, I just rotate the view. So that's how you deselect and select with box. And with lasso, Control Shift right mouse button. Okay. So with lasso, you just press and hold the right mouse button and you just drag it around. And why am I not selecting anything? Excuse me. I think it's a control. Okay, it's control. So you still get the lasso, but you got to press control to select. So pressing and holding control, and now I've got a selection. Huh, that's interesting. Okay, so to deselect, it's Control Shift and right mouse. So you're pressing and holding Control Shift and right mouse button and dragging. You're pressing and holding Control and right mouse button and dragging to select. Pressing and holding Control Shift and right mouse button and dragging to deselect. Oh dear, I didn't mean to start that. Excuse me, we're going to have a bit of a... because I got to wait until it loads so I can turn it off. Okay, so our next thing, I think that was it. I have now find out how to manually enter sizes or access dimensions in edit mode, so I'm going to say that can't be done yet. I posted a question about how to extrude with the normals facing up. I didn't understand the answer, and I don't know how you go about doing it, so I don't have an answer to that one either. There doesn't appear to be a way to rotate the pivot point, or there is a way to rotate the pivot point, but I don't think it works. I tried different views, moving the origin different places, nothing worked, so you just have to recalculate the normals when you get done, or you can also do the flip. And that is all I wanted to cover on here. So I will see you again if I decide to put up any other videos. I'm kind of toying with adding textures and doing unwrapping, so we'll see what happens. I will see you later. Oh, that did not exit.